Okay.
Now back to tonight's scratch for players. Scratch from Lawrence Tech.
Okay. Hi everybody, good evening and welcome to Game 2 of the 2018 semifinals of the NAIA National Tournament. We are live here from the Chiller Dublin Arena in Columbus, Ohio. Dylan Morello and yours truly, Lou Gamlin here, as we've got the second of two, as I mentioned. Aquinas, the #1 seed, taking on Lawrence Tech. A big win last night for the Blue Devils over Waldorf. And Dylan, this ought to be a good one here tonight. The winner takes on Indiana Tech tomorrow night.
Yeah, the winner's going to be in the final here, and there's a lot of juice in the building. You could feel it from the players, from the fans, and just everybody you're already talking to. This is going to be a great game, as both teams in the warm-up look like they had a lot of hop in their step, and they're ready to take on this one.
Well, these two teams have played a few times in the regular season, and Aquinas has won most of them, I think 3 out of 4 if I'm not mistaken. But everybody talks about that game last year in a tournament style when it was in the championship game of the regionals to go to the 2017 national tournament, which Aquinas won 1-0. Austin Petty stood on his head. I want to say he had at least 60 saves in that game, so I know they're thinking about that, and I know a lot of people from Lawrence Tech are thinking about it. This ought to be a great game tonight. I look for a tight checking game, and again, as we mentioned throughout the tournament, Dylan, whoever makes the first mistake, the other team, and gets that goal, it's going to be huge momentum.
Yeah, the first mistake is huge, and also that first goal in this game is going to be huge for both of these teams. As you know, this is a second of the back-to-back for LTU as they beat Waldorf last night, so maybe they are a little bit more tired, as you know they're well rested. But I think both teams are going to come out flying. Maybe from Adrian, maybe a little bit of those road legs, or like a little bit of timidness that we've seen from every team so far in their first game of the tournament. But I expect it to be a great ride tonight.
Well, earlier today we had the first of our 2 semifinal games, and it was a dandy. It was between Lindenwood Belleville and Indiana Tech, and Indiana Tech found themselves behind after one period 3-1, and then with about a minute and a half left in the second period, they got a goal to cut it to 3-2, and then they scored 4 more unanswered goals, Dylan, for a 6-2 win over over Lindenwood Belleville. So Indiana Tech awaits the winner of this game, which is going to be Aquinas and Lawrence Tech. What did you think about that first game?
Yeah, that first game, I mean, it was really high tempo. In the beginning, you saw Lindenwood get off to that early 2-goal lead, and Indiana Tech just battled back. And with the interviews from the coach, you could tell on their bench that they had that never-give-up attitude, and that's going to translate well coming up to whatever team they verse here in the finals.
Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to step aside and listen to them announce the starting lineups for both teams. We'll listen to the national anthem, and then we've got some presentations for the all NAIA teams, players from both sides, and then we'll get this one underway. Lawrence Tech, Aquinas College, a date for the winner to go to the 2018 National Championship game tomorrow. You're watching the 2018 NAIA semifinals in the national tournament.
And now your starting lineup for Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. On defense, number 5, Matt Wilkerman. On defense, number 24, Mitch Negosi. And left wing, number 3, Tom Snyder. And right wing, number 23, Drake Gentili. At center, number 18, Shane Gamrett. And in goal, number 30, Austin Petty. Head coach for Lawrence Tech is Ken Gaffney. And now your starting lineups for the Aquinas College Saints. On defense, number 9, Levi Rowan. On defense, number 22, Zach Boyd. At left wing, number 3, Calvin Watasic. At right wing, number 15, Spencer Graham. At center, number 1, Jason Morales. And in goal, number 35, Nick Ottenberger. Head coach for Aquinas College is Jordan Carlota, assistant coach Taylor. At this time, we please ask that you stand and remove your hats for playing the national anthem. At this time, we now honor 3 award winners from Aquinas College. Our first team, all NAIA defense, Levi Rowan. Your first team, all NAIA goalie, Nick Ottenberger. And your NAIA Player of the Year, Levi Rowan.
All right, so the all NAIA team members were announced from Aquinas College, and they include Levi Rowan, all first team NAIA defense, and the all NAIA goaltender Nick Ottenberger. And on top of that, Levi Rowan got the NAIA regular season player of the year. We're just about set to go here. Dylan Morello again with yours truly, Lou Gamlin, as we're just about set to go for this opening matchup in the second semifinal matchup, the 2018 NAIA National Tournament. Dylan, give me your keys to the game for Lawrence Tech to come out on top tonight.
I think Lawrence Tech just has to play strong defensively. Great defense leads the offense. I think their transition game is really going to feed into that and make them successful and maybe come out on top in this game. As for Aquinas, I just think they have to play to their offensive strengths. As you see there, all the NAIA were all from Aquinas there. So I think they're strong offensively, and they really have to put this pressure on the Lawrence Tech defense.
We're going to be joined here in the first period again by Mark Van Vliet, the Director of Hockey Operations for Aquinas College. And Mark, this is second semifinal. These two teams got a lot at stake, as we mentioned. One and you're done again.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it's going to be tonight. Aquinas took the season series, but everyone was a great game. These two schools have gone back and forth the past couple of years, so I expect a great game tonight. I think Ken's going to try to slow the game down a little bit, and I think that Aquinas has to play to their skill strength, as you guys have been mentioning. So it'll be interesting to see the two styles go head to head.
Already off the face-off, they've thrown the puck down into the Lawrence Tech zone, and holding it in, Levi Rowan. He throws one towards the net. Austin Petty with a save, and it's kicked over in the near corner on the left side. We're about 30 seconds into this opening period. We've got a scoreless tie. They dig away at it over in the corner. Coming up with it is Aquinas. There's a shot, and Petty makes the save. Again, the puck deep down in the end, and now Lawrence Tech will get it out of the zone. Coming out, Drake Gentili will play it out to center ice as both teams look to make a change, and they're going to roll it around over on the far boards in the Aquinas end. Lawrence Tech will hold it in to try to make a change. Aquinas comes up with it, and the puck's going to roll down into the Lawrence Tech zone.
Yeah, great offensive pressure right away there by Aquinas. Getting 3 shots on Austin Petty. He's looked strong.
The puck now played right at the blue line again. They're going to dump it back into the zone. Going after it was Kyle Truax. They still hold it in now. Here comes Lawrence Tech with a little bit of a rush. They dump it down into the Aquinas zone, and our first icing of the game, Mark, with 18:43 to go, scoreless tie.
You know, I don't think that the Aquinas out shooting Lawrence Tech is an issue even for Ken Gaffney. I think that they're going to play that tight, close game. They're going to look for their opportunities to spring off their spring their offense. But I would expect to see Aquinas outshoot them, and I don't think that bothers Ken Gaffney at all.
Well, it's shown over the years with the great defensive style of play that Lawrence Tech can play. Puck now still in the Aquinas zone. They throw it in the corner going after it. Connor Barta. They roll it around the zone now to the near side into the corner. Aquinas comes up with it as they're going to play it now out to center ice. Coming up quickly over the line with the puck is going to be number 16 for Aquinas. That, of course, is Steven Gustafson, one of the big guns for Aquinas at the point.
Yeah, 2 minutes in early, a lot of zone time for Aquinas in the LTU end. But like we mentioned, though, Ken Gaffney doesn't mind that his team, strong defensively, could get that transition game and work in on the offensive zone.
Plus, they got Austin Petty in net, and that's and we all know how if he gets hot, he can be a difference maker.
Puck still loose deep in the Aquinas and the Lawrence Tech end. Sam Kaiser trying to make a play on it. They roll it over to the left side. It's still in the near corner. Aquinas putting some pressure on right out in front. Puck is loose in the slot, and Lawrence Tech will come up with it. They'll throw it out the glass, out to center ice, and Lawrence Tech now brings it down into the zone. There's a shot. Whistled wide that time by Heyer. Heyer had 2 goals last night for Lawrence Tech and their win over Waldorf. The puck now played over at center ice, or checked that in the zone, as Sam Kaiser comes up a little slow as he goes to the bench for a change for both sides. We've got about 2.5 minutes into this one, and we're scoreless. We'll mark a couple of nice awards tonight for the Aquinas College Saints. Levi Rowan getting Player of the Year and also First Team Defense, and Nick Ottenbacher, First Team Goaltender. Very successful year for those young men.
Yeah, both of them, well-deserving awards for these guys. We're going to be saying goodbye to Levi. He's going to go on and get his engineering degree at Western Michigan, so he's been with us for just a couple of years. Nick is a freshman, and we're going to enjoy his talents for at least another 3 more years, so that's great. But we talked about Austin Petty just a minute ago, but boy, there's a guy that when he gets hot, he can just take a team on his back and just will them to victory. So I expect to see this to be a low-scoring affair.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, this has been end-to-end already. We're less than 3.5 minutes in. These two teams showing their will trying to gain possession, a little bit of momentum, but both teams flying down both sides of the ice.
Yeah, really fast-paced. As we mentioned, Lou, that there may be a little bit of intimidation between these two teams, and really right now there's not even any like really filling out of each other. Really high-paced game.
Oh, Calvin Watasic had an opportunity with Spencer Graham and Jason Rebellis, but they couldn't quite get there with the zone deep with that defense for Lawrence Tech. There was a shot thrown, and Gustafson throws one toward the goal that they tried to tip, and Watasic kind of camping out in front of the net. Just about 4 minutes gone in this opening period. We've got a scoreless tie. They hold it in. Rebellis, little side pass over to Gustafson. He rolls it back to Watasic, but it's deflected, and they're going to try to play a good play by Watasic to hold it in. Centering pass, but it's going to be deflected over in the near corner. Spencer Graham goes after it, rolls around, hops over the stick of Barta, but a good play by Watasic to hold it in. Throws it in the corner now, but Lawrence Tech will get it with some fresh legs coming in for Aquinas.
Yeah, great offensive pressure there once again by Aquinas, really hemming LTU down in their own end. All they could do was skyhook it out.
Ooh, there's a shot whistled up over the top of the net, that time by Kyle Truex. They play it in behind the goal. Austin Kush with a try. He plays it over in the corner. Nick Correa, the fine defenseman out of Ontario, and they score! Tipped in behind Austin Petty. He didn't see that one. It was Austin Kush who scores the first goal for Aquinas at 4:42.
Yeah, just a tremendous offensive pressure that you mentioned, and Lawrence Tech sort of wilted there at the end of that shift, and so obviously Ken's not going to be happy with that goal, but again, it's just one goal, and there's a lot more in the tank here for Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, a lot of offensive pressure there, really wore down on the Lawrence Tech defense, as you saw Eddie Flood out there for 2+ minutes there on that shift.
And that's always tough with when you got to play a 2-minute shift. You know, in this style of hockey these days, when you see 45-second shifts usually at the most, and that that can come into play. Time of the goal again will be 4:48. It was 4:42 rather. Austin Kuch, here's a giveaway potentially, and Lawrence Tech unable to capitalize on it as we had a collision right in front of the blue line. It's going to be lifted up to center ice, and Lawrence Tech will go back to try to play it. Dominic Fusco tried to make a play on it, and it's along with Mike Curran and Sam Kaiser. They throw it down deep in the near corner in the Aquinas end as they chop away at it over there. Zach Boyd trying to go after it. He comes up with a loose puck. They're going to slide it down over to center ice. Here comes Fusco up over the line. Left side with a shot. And Austin Petty with that glove save, able to hang on. 14:21 to go in this opening period. 1-0 Aquinas.
Yeah, LTU trying to bounce back from that latest goal, getting some sustained zone time right there, as it may have looked at a trip on Dylan Nomovsky, but not called by the referee.
And it's good to see Sam Kaiser back in. Maybe he just took a little bit of a stinger as he came off, and now he's back on for his normal shift. They're going to roll it back down to Nick Ottenbacher, and he's going to cover it up, Mark, as they had the oncoming rush for Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, this is exactly what Lawrence Tech wants to do. Get the face-off down low in the Aquinas end, get a little bit of a break, get a bit of a breather here, and then to watch, they'll set something up off the face-off here. This is exactly what Lawrence Tech needs to do to get back in this game.
Lawrence Tech is a very opportunistic team, as we saw last night when they played Waldorf. They got behind, but they didn't. That didn't bother them at all. They took advantage of some 3-on-2 rushes, and then all of a sudden they got the lead back. 6 minutes gone in this opening period, a 1-0 lead for Aquinas as they throw it back down in the Lawrence Tech zone. Lawrence Tech, though, will gobble it up and try to make a centering pass. Outlet a little too strong at center ice. So the Blue Devils will make a whole set of changes as Connor Barta will skate it into the neutral zone. He brings it up over the line, takes a long shot, and it's going to be played out of play. It's going to be deflected out of play as we have 13:40 to go here in a 1-0 lead for Aquinas.
Yeah, good little pushback there by Aquinas.
But they were able to acquire, Lawrence Tech rather, able to get the puck out of the zone. They're going to roll it back into the Aquinas end as Steven Gustafson will go after the puck. Behind the back pass to Connor Barta as they look to bring on their next rush. Lead pass to Gustafson up over the line. But he's met a good defensive play that time by Lawrence Tech right at the blue line as they were able to get it up into the zone. Just about 7 minutes gone in this opening period. We've got a scoreless tie here, or 1-0 lead rather. Aquinas on top, the goal at 4:42. Austin Kush stuck one pass the netminder Austin Petty.
Yeah, as you see Petty there, really focused, eyes on the puck as he snagged that shot from center ice and played it on for his teammates.
That was a good play last time by Jason Tyre. Wanted to bring that up right at the blue line there against Gustafson, but here comes Aquinas again as Kolchak tried to throw one in towards the goal, but it was kicked away. Held in at the blue line by Aquinas. Max Berry with a shot that made it all the way through to Austin Petty's glove, and he hung on. 12.5 minutes to go in this opening period to get a 1-0 lead for Aquinas.
Yeah, great job by the LTU defense there, really boxing out and clearing the vision of Austin Petty right into his breadbasket. A good cover by him.
They're going to have to face off to Petty's left, and it's won by the Saints. They just throw it in towards the corner as Correa threw it over there. They're going to chop away at it, including the play of Domovsky, or Nurkinen rather. He rolls it around the boards, and it's going to be played. Here comes Lawrence Tech. 2-on-2 the other way, up over the line, a nifty move, but a good poke check by the Saints. They're going to lead the charge the other way. Now they roll it down into the Lawrence Tech zone, where it's going to be played by the Blue Devils on defense. They're going to try to clear the zone now. Aquinas putting on some pressure, and it's going to be skated all the way down to the other end. Icing will be the call.
Yeah, that's one of the great play by Aquinas here to force Lawrence Tech down deep in the zone, misplayed the puck for an icing. So again, Lawrence Tech's going to have to clean up their own end here a little bit if they want to come out on top here.
Sam Kaiser will take the face-off. He will go up against Parker Hodges, and it's going to be won by Lawrence Tech, but they're going to chop away at it over in the corner. And finally, Kaiser comes back up with it. Plays it out on the point to Rowan with a shot. It's loose, and it's going to be deflected over in the corner. Aquinas comes up with it. Kaiser feeds him right out in front. Oh, a good defensive play right at the last minute, as was a nice feed by Kaiser as he went to throw it towards Dominic Fusco, but Petty again was up to the challenge.
Yeah, great save there by Petty once again, and maybe that's what he wants. Petty is a great goalie. When he gets a lot of shots, he really gets in the zone. So he lets up that early one there, but expect him to stay on fire here early in the game. Yeah,
if Petty can see the puck, he's going to make the save. So what Aquinas is going to try to do is generate some traffic in front of the net, because you can't stop what you can't see, right?
Oh, a big hit right over in the near corner as we're down under 11.5 to go in this opening period. They play the puck out to center ice. Now it goes down in the Lawrence Tech zone. No icing as they roll after it. Good play though on defense by Schluter for Lawrence Tech, but a good bitter play to hold it in by Gustafson. He tries to find Mike Kern, the freshman out of Anchorage, Alaska. Back on top to his Alaskan teammate Gustafson with a shot that's deflected wide of the goal. They're going to play it over in the corner. Matalitis will go after it. He tries to make a play on it. Instead, he rolls it in behind for Barta. Barta and Curran go after it, but now here comes Lawrence Tech. Good play by Rayner. Rayner's going to come up over the line and throw it down, and Ottenbacher will glove it off to keep it safe as we've got 10:47 left in a 1-0 lead in this first period for Aquinas.
Yeah, first real glove save there by Ottenbacher, guys. You know, he's not really getting a lot of action, maybe a little bit cold feet. Hopefully, maybe LTU could capitalize on that, as you see a little fisticuffs there after Roman Reiner really got laid out in the near boards, and he's trying to get back at them as a little banter between the two benches.
Well, a lot of like Mark mentioned at the top of the show, Aquinas won most of the games, but they were all close. And these two teams know each other awful well. A good rivalry built up.
Absolutely, and Louis, we talked also about earlier in the day, the respect that these two programs have for each other. Great camaraderie off the ice, but boy, on the ice you'd never know it, because both teams want to desperately win this game.
Puck goes way down in the Lawrence Tech zone, and there's a nice collision in behind the goal. The lumber's starting to be laid now as Courts will try to make a play on it, along with Spencer Graham. Lawrence Tech will play it over in the near corner as they try to dig away at it right by the left face-off circle. They chop away at it, both teams digging for it. Some high intensity going on right now. There's Correa with a shot. Oh, Courts tried to make a little tip play, and Austin Petty got fooled or out of position for a second. There's one held in. Watasic holds it in at the blue line. He tries to take it over in the corner. He plays it in behind the net. Oh, a little give and go opportunity, and it rolls in behind the net. They're going to play it now over by the right face-off circle. They hold it in at the blue line and throw it in towards the goal. 9:40 to go in this opening period, a 1-0 lead for Aquinas. They have it now in behind the goal. Lawrence Tech is just going to lift it out to center ice. Aquinas will regroup. Both teams now will get some fresh legs out.
Looks like Ken Gaffney told his troops to pick up the physical play here, and it's heated up here in the last minute or two.
And they sure have, as Korea now will play it around into the far or near corner. There's a centering try, hit off the side of the goal, or off the goal rather, and this one's going to roll down the other end, not far enough for icing, as it looks like Max Berry will play it now. A little outlet pass to Rebellis. It gets in behind Austin Kusch rather, and the puck's going to be played out at center ice in behind the goal. Here comes Aquinas now. The next rush as they play it out to center ice. Pass a little too strong for Truex, tipped over in the corner. Aquinas will make a couple of changes. 8:50 to go in this opening period. We've got a scoreless tie, and icing will be the call. And I think we'll probably get our first media timeout here with 8:46 to go in this opening period.
Yeah, Aquinas right there, putting on a lot of offensive pressure. As you see, all else you could really do at this point is just skyhook it out of the zone.
Well, I guess we're going to wait now to the next whistle, as we've got 8:46 left in this opening period, a 1-0 lead. Puck played in behind the goal. They'll go after it over there as Austin Kusch tried to make a play on it. But a good defensive play by Lawrence Tech. Quickly they have it up over the line. Namofsky tried to make a play on it, and he's going to be knocked off the puck. And the puck and a couple of the players go sliding closer and closer to Nick Ottenbacher.
Yeah, great play there by Dylan Nemo Numovsky as he drives the net hard, takes the Aquinas player down with him, looking for another penalty, as LTU is just looking to get on the power play and maybe capitalize on one of those opportunities. But nothing going right now, as it is a penaltyless game so far with 8:28 remaining in the first. The score is 1-0 Aquinas.
Looks like we're going to finally get that media timeout, so we're going to take a 60-second break. 1-0 Aquinas thanks to Austin Kusch at 4:42. Oh, out of the media timeout, we've got 8:28 left to go in this opening period. As I mentioned, Austin Kusch at 4:42 has been the difference so far, as we've got a 1-0 lead for Aquinas, as the faceoff will come down to the left of Nick Ottenbacher, as both teams now will set it up, and it looks like we're going to have Blake Heyer in for the faceoff, going up against Kyle Truex for Aquinas. They dig away at the face-off, and Aquinas will control it initially, throw it around the right side, but Lawrence Tech held it in, but then they did have one offside if the puck hopped over the blue line, so they have to touch up, so Aquinas will get control of the puck. Quickly over the line, Truex skates it over on the right side. He throws one towards Austin Petty, and he holds on. And one of the things that I've been impressed really, Mark, with the play of Truex, very speedy around that right corner all year.
Yeah, he's got the wheels, and a little small of stature, but he's got the wheels that make up for it. So yeah, I think he's going to give Lawrence Tech fits if he uses his wheels.
Face-off will stay to the left of Austin Petty with 8:07 to go in this opening period, a 1-0 lead. Off the face-off, Fusco tried a centering pass over to Kaiser, but he was bounced off the puck. Good play that time by Lawrence Tech's Blake Heyer. They still rattle it around the boards over to the left side. Now they're going to play it out the center of the zone, and Aquinas couldn't quite hold it in, so they've got to throw it back in and touch up onside. Kaiser will go after it, but Lawrence Tech has the numbers to get it out of the zone, and it looks like we may get another icing call, and I'm sure that Ken Gaffney's not happy with that, but with 7:38 to go in this opening period, it's still a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that line right there for the Blue Devils, having a little bit of trouble breaking it out of their own zone. They got the puck right at the top of the blue line, and it was just a turnover right there, and it caused L2 to take an icing.
Will Kortz will take the face-off for Aquinas. He went up against Gabe Bentley, and it was played around the corner, and it's going to be rolled all the way over to the left side, and it's going to come out to center ice. Max Berry has it, and we get a whistle, and we're going to get a face-off deep down in the Aquinas end, as we've got 7:27 to go in this opening period, a 1-0 hockey game.
Yeah, that puck played with a high stick in the neutral zone by Aquinas, as now LTU looks to set up a good offensive face-off.
Face-off controlled though by Aquinas, defensive zone face-off. You know, it's one thing that I've really been paying attention to this week, and you can tell the successful teams have been the ones that have really controlled that face-off in the defensive zone.
Yeah, the face-off dot is an essential part to any team, and I mean, usually that and the shots is what dictates the scoreboard.
Or we're going to get a delayed penalty call coming up on Lawrence Tech, so it'll be the first power play of the night, and it'll go to Aquinas. 7:03 to go in this opening period. 1-0 Saints with a chance to add more.
Yeah, big PK coming up here for Lawrence Tech, as one of their prime penalty killers, Matt Nurkinen, is going to the box here for 2 minutes. As Aquinas' power play pretty strong, as their first unit looks to come out here and add another one to the lead.
Face-off will be to the right of Austin Petty, as it's controlled by Aquinas. Rowan will have it over, he slides it over to Rebellis. Tries a centering pass to Watasic, and it's deflected back out on top. Little give and go over in the corner. Now Rebellis has it over on the right side. On top to Rowan. Rowan left side. One-timer right into the glove of Austin Petty with authority. I'll tell you what, Mark, that Gustafson, when he locks that baby up to let it fly, that's sometimes very lethal.
Yeah, he's got a real rifle there. But again, Austin Petty able to pick up the shot, follow the play, and with no traffic in front, it's a safer that he can make.
Oh, and there came one, a deflection almost right up on us. It's going to go right in the middle of the two benches here. Kind of an interesting setup here at Dublin, where you've got both benches right to each other, maybe a couple of feet, about 5 feet, and you got the penalty boxes and everything right behind us. So looks like someone from Ontario is going to take that puck home with them after spring break. So good for them. We're going to get the face-off. It looks like it's going to come right back down in the Lawrence Tech end. 1:35 left in the power play, 6:38 in the period.
Yeah, and that windmill save by Austin Petty, a really good one there, as you know, he's really honed in. But a bad PK there for LTU as they leave that left side wide open. And I mean, ready for the 1-T was Aquinas. Good save there, though.
Off the face-off, Rowan will get it again, cross ice to Rebellis with a shot. Oh, again. Mark, Austin Petty had the clear vision on that one. Aquinas maybe needs to do a little better of putting somebody in front of him to block his vision.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what Calvin Watasic is talking to Stephen Gustafson about right now. Getting in front of the net, generating some screen for in front of Austin Petty.
There's a shot taken by Rowan on the rebound. They score! Boy, just like Nostradamus on that one. That's exactly what they did. Levi Rowan just threw it towards the net, and it looks like Kyle Truex got the rebound, and it's 2-0 Aquinas.
Yeah, great play there by Aquinas as they're shooting for the rebound. You saw that shot, low pad, not a selfish shot. Literally, Austin Petty put it exactly out in that open ice where Aquinas wanted him to put that rebound, and they potted in 2-0 here with 6:26 left in the first.
Power play goal for Kyle Truex off the rebound, 13:34 time of the goal. And that's huge for Aquinas now as they get up 2-0 in the early first game. This game far from over.
Yeah, Lou, this next goal, and I'm sure Coach Gaffney's talking to his troops about this. This next goal here, they don't want to go down 3-0, and you know, a two-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey. But they don't want to go down 3-0 because that's when things may get out of hand here.
Yeah, we saw in that last game that 2-goal lead, very dangerous, as up 3-1 was Lindenview, as Indiana Tech came back, and now they're in the final.
Oh, there was also almost a nifty opportunity there. A good play to get the puck in the zone by Heyer. He was looking for Schluter, but a good poke check right at the last second by Aquinas was able to thwart that. The puck is still deep in the Aquinas end over in the near zone. Now they're going to slow things down and kind of set up the next rush, if you will, as they're going to play it back and forth. And finally, they're going to get a couple of fresh legs, are the Saints. 5:12 to go in this opening period. We've got a 2-0 Aquinas lead.
Yeah, Coach Pomoda has sent Truex right back out. He only missed one shift after he scored that goal. So obviously, Coach Pomoda sees that Truex has the hot hand tonight. He's trying to get that 3-goal lead.
Truex over in the corner goes after the loose puck. There's a one-timer off the goalpost. Boy, Kolchak almost had that goal. Played over on the left side. Here comes Lawrence Tech. Up over the line with it. Gentili tries to make a play on it. He's thwarted right at the blue line. Here comes Lawrence Tech, though. They're going to be able to dump it towards the goal. And we're going to get a wholesale change for the Blue Devils as we've got 4.5 left to go in this opening period of a 2-0 Aquinas lead.
Yeah, Aquinas really picking up the pace now. I think that second goal even energized them a little bit more. I would like to see a lot more pushback here from LTU.
And they're going to lift it down the ice, and I think we may get the first icing call of the night against Aquinas. Indeed, they do. 4:16 to go in this 2-0 game for Aquinas.
You know, one of the things in these little game-within-a-game type situations, Coach Pomoda, he's an excellent coach, and he's looking at what Coach Gaffney's putting out in the ice, and because he has the last change here, he's able to counter that with the line that he wants because he has the last change. So there's a little bit of a game within a game going on down here just on seeing who's on the ice at what time.
Face-off will be to the left of Nick Ottenbacher as going after the face-off and winning it was Parker Hodges. He takes away at it over in the corner. Now it rolls back out to center ice. Puck's going to roll down in the Lawrence Tech zone off of that face-off, and they're going to regroup back in their own end. One thing that really impresses me about Lawrence Tech real quick, Dylan, is the play of Parker Hodges. He's won numerous face-offs in these last couple of games, really setting some things up for Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, Parker Hodges, I mean, he's an all-around 200-foot player. You know, he's good in the defensive zone, good in the offensive zone, wins those important draws, and he really has the wheels. As you see a couple of times in this game, if you give him the puck, he's going to fly down that wing and create space for his line mates.
The Blue Devils bring it back out into the neutral zone, trickle it into the Aquinas zone, but quickly here comes Courts, another one with some speed, trying to make a play on it at the goal crease. Kicked away by Petty, and it's going to roll all the way down to the blue line, and Aquinas will try to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, Lawrence Tech right now really struggling with the speed of Aquinas.
Puck loose over on the left or right face-off circle, that is, and it's going to be deflected out of play, it looks like. 3:25 to go in this opening period, 2-0 Aquinas.
Yeah, 3:25 here. It's interesting to see what LTU wants to do here at the end of this period. They want to sit back and you know live to fight another day, go into the second period. You know, talk to coach in between the period and make up a new plan, or they want to go out here and try to get a goal here before the first period ends.
Well, one thing we've noticed, as we talked about a couple of times here today, is if you're Aquinas, obviously you don't want to give up that goal in the last minute and a half. But boy, if you're Lawrence Tech and you get that, that could be a real momentum changer with that 2-0 lead chopped in half.
Yeah, definitely a real momentum changer as you see LTU trying to get in on the offensive zone there, but Aquinas really stymieing defense. They get it right back deep into LTU.
Puck deep in the Lawrence Tech zone again as Spencer Graham tries to make a play on it in behind the goal. Back out on top. Lloyd has it. Back to Graham. Graham on the right side. Trying to backhand play. Instead he did an about face trying to set something up. Patient right now with that puck in the zone. Trying maybe to tire out Lawrence Tech a little bit on the defensive side.
Yeah, Aquinas just imposing their will right now with their speed.
Ooh, there's a rebound loose right at the doorstep. They dig away at it. Finally kicked away by Petty in that Lawrence Tech defense, and it's going to roll down the other end, and icing will be the call. 2:20 to go, opening period.
There again, we have that, the offensive pressure from Aquinas is forcing Lawrence Tech into those long shifts, just like you talked about earlier, that they're out there for a minute and a half, upwards of 2 minutes, and they're just wearing them down.
Face-off will now go down to the left side of Austin Petty with about 2:20 left to go in this opening period again. We've got a 2-0 hockey game. Aquinas looking to build more. with 2:20 to go in this opening period, we got a 2-0 hockey game, and it looks like it's the face-off. It's going to be fought for and won as Truex tried to make the play. There's a shot, whistled right up over the top of the goal. Now they're going to dig away at it over in the corner again. Kolchik trying to make a play on it. Out on top to Rowan. Rowan back over to Kolchik. Kolchik with a shot right into the breadbasket again of Austin Petty, as we've got 2:02 left in the 2-0 game. Now, Mark, with your experience with when you got a lead with 2 minutes to go, what do you tell your players that different, or if anything, to try to keep that lead without giving up a cheapie?
Yeah, I'm not sure Coach Pomona has any kind of strategy here other than reminding his guys with under 2 minutes left, they have to pay attention to their defensive assignments here. And we can't let the game get so one-sided that they forget about that, and that's when it generates a breakaway for Lawrence Tech. You see that at all levels of hockey, where you have extended time in the offensive zone followed by a breakaway going the other way because you forgot about your defensive responsibility.
All right, the face-off will come just outside the Lawrence Tech blue line. Sam Kaiser will go in on it. He'll go up. He went up against number 19, Alex Schluter, and now the puck is loose right at the blue line, and it's going to be back now on the Aquinas end. We've got a minute and 25 seconds, or 40 seconds left here in this first period. They chop away at it in the neutral zone. Here comes a giveaway with a chance. Schluter with a shot, but Ottenbacher right there to make the point-blank save, and he'll hang on with 1:32 to go here in this first period, and a 2-0 lead for Aquinas.
That's exactly the kind of game Lawrence Tech wants to play. Greasy in the neutral zone, generates an odd man rush going the other way.
Face-off will stay, 2 Ottenbachers left, and they dig away at it. Finally, it's going to be won by Lawrence Tech. They're going to try to set it up. They're trying to camp right on in front, but now here comes Aquinas. They're going to bring it up over the line.
Come on.
It's going to come right down in the neutral zone area. Now it's played up and into the netting, just to the left of the Lawrence Tech bench. And again, a little how do you do in the corner over by the Lawrence Tech bench. Just a little fun here between two teams. Little jostling amongst friends, if you will.
Yeah,
minute 18 left.
I'm not sure Ken Gasty's going to be happy with that, because that was some shenanigans after the whistle, and that was just a little bit of a cheap shot there. Obviously, Lawrence Tech getting a little frustrated here, but you don't want to give Aquinas a power play with a minute and 20 here left in the first period, because 1 or 2 more goals is going to put this game away.
Very good point, Mark, and we're going to get that power play. Should they not score, it'll carry over into the second period for about 42 seconds. Puck loose in the corner. Lawrence Tech wins that defensive zone draw, but Aquinas will come up with it. Now they chop away at it in behind the goal. Down to a minute 8 left to go in the period. They're going to still fight for it over in the far corner. Now Aquinas will come up with it. Rowan has it at the point with a shot, and Austin Petty again doing yeoman's work in this opening period, keeping it a 2-0 lead. We're going to get a fresh change here for Lawrence Tech, as they'll keep the face-off down deep to the right of Austin Petty in the near zone, as it looks like it's going to be Parker Hodges again. He'll go up against Kyle Truax. They chop away at that puck off the face-off. We're down to 50 seconds left in the period. They still fight for it right up by the blue line, and now it's going to roll over in the corner. Going after it was Schluter for Lawrence Tech. Now they clear the zone. Good play by Lawrence Tech to eat up some of the penalty time, as we're down to a minute 20 left to go in this opening period of a 2-0 hockey game.
Yeah, Lawrence Tech right now is going to be content here, Lou, to just dump it down the ice, not trying to generate any type of shorthanded rush here, but they're just going to try to clear the zone and regroup here between periods.
Good play by Lawrence Tech to get it out of the zone, as we're down to 18 seconds left. Yeah, indeed, that's what they're doing, Mark. Now they just throw it down the zone. Smart play when you're down a man and you're down 2 goals, you can go in the locker room and regroup. Now they're going to throw it down the length of the ice as Aquinas. It's going to be deflected at the blue line, and Aquinas, a little anxious that time, was Dom Fusco, and with 2 seconds left, the score 2-0. The face-off will be to just outside the Lawrence Tech blue line. Well, we've got a 2-0 lead, 2 first-period goals, 1 on the power play by Kyle Truex at 13:34, and at 4:42, Austin Kusch able to start the scoring for Aquinas. And off the face-off, one last try by Kulchik at the horn, and 20 minutes are in the books. A 2-0 lead for Aquinas. Well, Mark, why don't you give us your assessment of this game after one period of play?
Well, you can see the styles of the two teams here, and we talked about it early on in the game. I mean, Lawrence Tech is going to try to make this as slow, as gritty, and as possible, because that plays to their strength. Aquinas, you saw them; they were able to get loose, use their talent, use their speed, and separate themselves from Lawrence Tech. So I don't expect a whole lot to change, because that's who Lawrence Tech is, and that's who Aquinas is. I think one of the things that Coach Gaffney's going to have to do is tell his guys to push it right to the edge here, but they got to be able to pull back so that they don't go over the edge, so to speak, with their overly aggressive play.
All right, 2-0 after 20 minutes of play. Again, the goal scorer is Austin Kusch at 4:42, and Kyle Truex at 13:34. We're going to take a break as Dylan goes down to speak to Jordan Promoda, I believe, and we'll get that interview and we'll get it back here in a couple of minutes. Right now, we'll take a break and catch our collective breath. 2-0 Aquinas here on the 2018 ACHA National Tournament. All right, again, we're back here at intermission, 2-0 in favor of Aquinas. First period goals, again, Austin Kusch at 4:42, and Kyle Truex on the power play at 13:34. And Dylan, 20 minutes in, what does Lawrence Tech, do you think, have to do when they come in here to begin the second period?
I think they just have to change up their whole mentality. You know, they came into the first period playing more defensive hockey, and it's shown on the scoreboard that really right now it's not working. Aquinas has their number in that, so I think if they put the pressure on them, I think that maybe they'll put, you know, Aquinas on their heels like they don't expect it from LTU, so I think that's what they have to do.
Well, Dylan just got back also from talking with head coach Jordan Promoda. Let's hear what he had to say.
We skated really well. We got a lot of pucks on net. Obviously, we capitalized on the power play, which was huge for our guys. I thought it was a great period.
Yeah, it was getting a little bit chippy there at the end. Take us through what you told your team on the bench to calm them down.
There's a lot on the line. You know, emotions are high. I get that. So we settle in, and I thought it was a good period. We got 40 more to go.
What are you going to tell your team going into the locker room here? What adjustments you want to make to that?
No adjustments. Stay the course. Stay the course. We've done it all year, and we're going to keep doing it now.
All right, thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, again, so 2-0 Aquinas on top of Lawrence Tech. Here after 20 minutes of play, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the second period of play here on the 2018 NAIA National Tournament. 20 minutes in the books. We're just about ready to go for the second period of play in this 2018 NAIA semifinal number 2. The winner of this will go on to play Indiana Tech in the championship game tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Dylan Morello along with yours truly, Lou Gamlin, as we're about ready to go for the second period. And Dylan, we talked about Lawrence Tech down 2 goals. Again, tell us what they need to do to try to get back in this one.
Yeah, I just think Lawrence Tech has to play to their game and to their strengths. And their strengths are speed, quick puck movement, and relentless forecheck. And right now, the system that they try to play in that first period, quote-unquote third period hockey, just isn't working. They got 2 goals against, and I mean, that defensive style of play really isn't really changing any momentum that Aquinas has.
And if you're Aquinas, I think you just have to keep doing what you're doing. I mean, they've controlled the play in the zone, a little more speed, and the nice thing for them is they've got 42 seconds left of a power play.
Yeah, Aquinas, talking to their head coach, I asked him what adjustments he has to make, and he was blatant and just said none. And I agree, I couldn't agree with him more as his team. I mean, pretty much had 100% of the offensive zone pressure and offensive zone time in that first period.
Just about underway here again for the second period as Trent Kolchak will take the face-off. He'll go up against fellow number 18, Shane Gamrat, as we're waiting for the puck to be dropped. Here we go, off the face-off. Lawrence Tech will grab it as Nurkinen will try to play it out of the zone. He does out the center ice. Mike Curran will play it now as he cross-ice passes it over to Barta. They dump it into the zone. Fusco will go after it along with number 24, Mitchell McCloskey. Good play by Lawrence Tech now to play it back down into the Aquinas zone to eat up some penalty time. 20 seconds left in the power play. 19 and a half to go in the second period. 2-0 Aquinas.
Yeah, great power play so far for Aquinas. Yes, goal right there. And right off the bat, Lou, Aquinas strikes.
Mike Curran brought the puck down the right side, and it kind of looked like he didn't go full bore, but he ended up getting it over the top shoulder, and I think he kind of handcuffed Austin Petty that time, but the freshman from Anchorage, Alaska makes it 3-0.
Yeah, a nice little golf chip type of shot there over Austin Petty, and you said it, you hit the nail right on the head, Lou. A little handcuffed him there as it was kind of in between the glove and the shoulder and the armpit.
So Mike Curran will get the second power play goal of the night for Aquinas as they're now up 3-0 over Lawrence Tech. Time of that goal, by the way, at 44 seconds. So now check that 38 seconds as Aquinas now with a commanding 3-0 lead over Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, Lawrence Tech now, I mean, they really have to start plugging away and trying to get some goals here. They need at least one. They need at least one here in this second period just to get some momentum back and really get some pop in their step and on the bench. As you see, after that goal, a little bit of deflation there on the LTU bench.
Sam Kaiser and Nick Correa get credit on the assist for that goal as it's now 3-0 in favor of Aquinas. 39 seconds in to the period. Now we're just about a minute and a half in, and if you're Lawrence Tech, somehow you got to try to forget about that and maybe try to capitalize on an odd man rush or a break to get back into this one.
Yeah, definitely not how Lawrence Tech wanted to start off this period, but a little 2-on-1 maybe developing there does not work, as stopping up is Dylan Namofsky.
Namofsky thought he had an opportunity there, but the back check worked to be pretty good for Aquinas. Now Lawrence Tech again will get the rush. Outlet pass a little strong. And Ottenbacher, he'll just hang on to that one as the on-rushing Blue Devil came right towards the goal. That looked like Namofsky again, or check that. That was Nurkinen, or no. I get the 5s and the 9s mixed
Roman
up.
Reiner was going to the net there, Lou, as you know, he's trying to just gain some pressure, get bodies in front of the net there, but Aquinas not taking lightly to that net from present.
2 minutes gone in this second period. We're now up 3-0 for Aquinas over Lawrence Tech, thanks to the power play goal by Mike Curran. Again, 2 for 2 on the power play. There's one thrown in towards the goal. And Dylan, if you're Lawrence Tech, that's what you have to start doing. Just, you know, trying to throw them towards the net, hope for a bounce, you get one past Ottenbacher, maybe rattle him a little bit, get that momentum back.
Yeah, Lawrence Tech really just has to throw anything they can at the net. Right now, Aquinas' wingers aren't really getting out to that point too tight, so the point is open. As you see right there, Alex Schluter with a nice little wrister on net, glove save there.
The puck rather in still behind the Aquinas goal as Aquinas now will set up the rush. Outlet pass a little too strong, but now here comes Kolchik over the line. But we're going to get a penalty call coming up, it looks like. Or no,
yeah, I think it's a coincidental minor penalties, as both of those players there, Josh Bauer from LTU was tied up in the neutral zone.
Looks like Austin Kuch for Aquinas as well. And so you're right, Dylan, we're going to get coincidental minors, so
should be maybe 5-on-5 hockey or 4-on-4. We're going to wait to see what the ref has to say here. But both of those players really playing hard, as the faceoff will come to the right of Austin Petty.
And they are going to play 4-on-4, Dylan, so this will open up the sheet ice a little bit for both teams. We'll see who that what team will be able to take advantage of that the most. Lawrence Tech now controls the faceoff, but it's held in by Aquinas. Now a good play by Lawrence Tech to get it out of the zone as McCloskey brings it up over the line. They dump it in behind the Aquinas goal as Ottenbacher will make a play on it. Plays it over to Kolchik. Kolchik just actually tips it and it ends up going back into the glove of Ottenbacher. So we've got 17-17 to go in the second period, a 3-0 lead for Aquinas.
Yeah, 3-0 with 17 here remaining. 4-on-4 kind of really works towards both teams' advantages. Both of these teams are really skilled, high, fast-paced skaters.
Well, that's what I noticed in the opening period, Dylan, in the early going. Both teams really flying up and down the ice, and a lot of talent on both of these teams. Again, if you just get a break, it can turn the tide around, as Lawrence Tech trying to make some hay down deep in the zone as they put one just past Ottenbacher. But now Aquinas comes up with a nice heavy check laid that time by Parker Hodges for Lawrence Tech. The other way, Correa thought about taking a shot. And now instead he got his pocket pick. Here's an opportunity for Lawrence Tech. Up over the line, coming up with the puck was Fulmer. He tried to play one towards the net, and it's now deflected wide of the goal. They come up with the rebound. It's in the right face-off circle. Now over in the near corner as Aquinas will come up with it. Try to play it around in behind their own net. We're under 50 seconds left in the power play. 16:29 to go here in the second period. 3-0 Aquinas.
Yeah, right there, that 4-on-4 really being the advantage of LTU as they get 3 quality scoring chances and have seemed to be playing the best little stretch of shifts here of the game for them as the puck goes in deep the Aquinas zone.
As Ottenbacher will drop it off as Aquinas now will try to set up their next rush. They play it out to center ice. 25 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Watasic tumbles as he goes into the slot. They play it over in the corner as Lawrence Tech again trying to make some hay deep in their own end. Going after the puck was Thomas Snyder, and now they play it out to center ice. Dumping it over in the corner. Lawrence Tech makes a change now. Ryan McNulty threw it in so the Blue Devils can get some wholesale changes on the fly. Rebellis, a nifty pass over to Gustafson, but an even better play by Lawrence Tech to get it out of the zone. Both teams now back at full strength. 4.5 gone in the second period. 3-0 hockey game. They're going to play it out to center ice, or try to anyways. Oh, a potential giveaway. Kind of a lazy play there for Aquinas, but they're able to get away with it. Deflected, but still held in the zone. Lawrence Tech doing a good job of keeping the play in the zone as they try to set it up from the point with a shot that whistles wide of the goal. And now it's going to be played out to center ice. Oh, what a huge collision as Watasic gets nailed by Eddie Flood. Nice clean hit that time by Flood.
Yeah, great play there by LTU, and you see now they've really picked up the pace. They're not playing that stymieing defensive game. They're really going offensively. I think that 4-on-4 really energized the bench, and so do those big hits by Eddie Flood.
Connor Barta will throw the puck down deep in the Lawrence Tech end. I know his parents are listening in the warm weather of Mesa, Arizona. There's a shot thrown over in the corner. It's loose out in front, and Lawrence Tech now will come up with a puck in behind their own goal. They're going to try to center one out now, and here a good outlet pass. Here they come. They step it up momentarily. Schluter throws it down into the corner, and we get a stoppage of play. 14-18 to go here in this opening period, or second period. 3-0 in favor of Aquinas.
Yeah, LTU really picking up the pace there. Coach Ken Gaffney really has to love how his team, even down 3-0, that never give up attitude as the lines just keep on rolling. As you see Gabe Bentley and Josh Bauer, freshmen here on this NAIA team as it's played up to the point.
Played up in the point with a shot taken from the top by Denome. He tries to throw it in, but it's deflected over in the corner. Really like the pressure being applied by Lawrence Tech here in this first 6 minutes of this second period. Aquinas comes up with a loose puck in their own zone. They're going to play it all at the center ice. It's going to roll down into the Lawrence Tech end as Denome now will backtrack with the puck, throw it out the center ice as Aquinas now will dump it back into the Lawrence Tech zone, and both teams are going to probably make a couple of changes. 13:49 to go, second period, 3-0 Aquinas.
Yeah, right there. That's the first shot that Aquinas has had in the last 5 minutes. As really good job by LTU of keeping rolling their lines and shift after shift. That's how you build momentum, and that's how you build a comeback in this league. Just shift by shift, take it one step at a time, and keep throwing pucks on the net.
Face-off will be to the left of Austin Petty. Again, 3-0 Aquinas here in the semifinal of the NAIA National Tournament. The winner will take on Indiana Tech tomorrow at 5 o'clock. With the puck, here comes Lawrence Tech with a rush up over the line. Coming in on goal, Snyder tried to make a play, but again, Aquinas right there with the back check to come up with the puck, and now they get it into the neutral zone. They play it at center ice, and they bring it up over the line, and offsides will be the call. The face-off will come just outside the Lawrence Tech blue line.
Yeah, good defense and great gap there by the Lawrence Tech as they really got their D right on the blue line and forced offsides by Aquinas. Not a good entry for them.
That face-off again just outside the blue line as Kyle Truex will take it, but Lawrence Tech comes up with the puck momentarily. Instead, it's thrown into the near corner, and they'll jostle for it out there as Lawrence Tech, tried to make a centering play. Great idea if you're Lawrence Tech, as you know, they got to start making some chances here, down 3 goals. And, Aquinas now will take it out at center ice, played by Correa. He's going to throw it deep down into the Lawrence Tech end as Aquinas will make some changes. Now Kush has it out on top to Barta with a shot, deflected wide of the goal. They play it over in the corner now on the right face-off circle. Truex, he's with a centering pass to Austin Kush. Barta comes up with it, throws it towards the net. In behind the net, Truex, he had an opportunity there, but it hopped over his stick. Kush camping out in front of the goal. He's being hounded right in front there by Gamrat. They dig away at it over in the near corner. We're down to 12.5 to go. Barta with a shot, deflected, good play by Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, great block there by Drake Gentili, really sacrificing his body for the boys as there's a break here and Austin Petty clears that. But yeah, they definitely had a lot of zone time there, and LTU really sacrificing the body here to keep the score at least only 3-0.
Well, I tell you, I've loved the play of Gentili all season and included in this tournament as we get some little pushing and shoving again right at the blue line. Connor Barta kind of trying to defend his territory as well as the Lawrence Tech player as we're down now to 12:03 to go here in this second period. 3-0 Aquinas on top.
Yeah, still 3-0 Lou and LTU. I mean, they're gaining some ground, gaining some momentum. I just think they got to start believing in themselves and their own game. As you see, though, there is a lot of aggressiveness happening between these two teams. As we mentioned in the first period, off the ice, they're all business, they're all friends, but on the ice, it's a different animal, a different beast, and right now it's showing as both teams have a little edge going on.
Well, we also saw in the first game, Dylan, that 3 and 4 goals can be scored in one period, let alone in a period and a half, so Lawrence Tech is far from being out of this game yet. Puck still loose in the Lawrence Tech zone, hops out into the neutral zone. Aquinas had to touch up onside, so Lawrence Tech will get possession of the puck. They play it over in the right corner now. It's going to be tipped out to center ice, and Gustafson will fly one about eye-high to Austin Petty. He gloves it off and leads it to one of his defensemen. Now they play it out at center ice. Going after it for a minute there was McNulty. They're going to throw it down into the Aquinas end. There's an opportunity for Lawrence Tech right at the blue line with a shot, and Ottenbacher will make the save. He'll hang on, 11:22 to go here in this second period. 3-0 Aquinas.
Yeah, Ottenbacher there with the save. He hasn't had a lot of shots on net today, but he seems like that hasn't rattled him. He's still in his game, as you see, right? pushing from right to left. Great glove save.
Face-off to the left of Ottenbacher, controlled by Aquinas. What a good play by Lawrence Tech with a shot that goes up over the top of the goal. What a shot that time by Eddie, or check that, Roman Rainier. Does still loose down in the near corner. Aquinas having a little bit of trouble getting it out of the zone now. Some pressure being applied by Lawrence Tech. Now the Saints will skate it out of the zone. Levi Rowan, he throws it down, and it's deflected off into the safety netting. And the face-off now will come back to the, it looks like just outside the blue line. We get some pushing and shoving again. And it looks like we're going to get a Lawrence Tech player going back to the penalty box. And that's going to be Connor Victory, kind of a retaliatory hit that time, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, you don't like to see it, but that was a selfish penalty there by Victory. As you know, the team is down 3-0. You know how lethal this Aquinas power play is. And, I mean, they just took it. I mean, very selfish penalty. No need for that. As the play was over, the whistle had blown, just go back to the benches. You know, you could chirp, but no need for that extracurricular check.
And you could hear, I don't know if the audience could hear, but you could hear Jordan Pomona, the head coach of Aquinas, yelling at his kids, yelling at Truex, don't go after him. And it's plays like that, like you said, Dylan, that frustration may start to set in, and it gives another power play opportunity for Aquinas. Puck loose in behind the Lawrence Tech zone. They try to set the power play up. Rebellis from the point plays it over left side. Oh, hopped over the stick of Gustafson. He plays it back out on top. Rowan throws one towards it, and they score! Boy, I'll tell you, again, an unfortunate penalty for Lawrence Tech results in the third power play goal of the night for Aquinas. 9:22 the time of the penalty, and I think Wojtaszek will get credit for the goal.
Yeah, right there. You know, Lawrence Tech needed to kill that one off, and Aquinas, you know, makes them pay, and that's what good teams do. If you take a stupid penalty against them, they're going to make you pay on the power play, and that's exactly what Aquinas did. It is 4-0 now. Still, Austin Petty's still in the net. Looking for him here to, you know, maybe shake off the dust, as once again, Dylan Nemo Namovsky really grinding down there with number 13 of Aquinas on the faceoff. And it's going to be coincidental minors again. As now this game, as the score kind of gets, you know, away from LTU, they look to, you know, make amends on the physical aspect, not the score sheet.
Well, you got to keep an eye on some of the players for Aquinas. I know Matulaitis likes to scrap. And you can hear the referee said, enough of that crap. Well, he didn't say crap. He said enough of that. Get in the penalty box right now, you and you. And he pointed to the numbers. It looked like Parker Hodges, I think, was 27 for
22. It was Dylan Namovsky.
Okay, I beg your pardon. Yep. Namovsky and Connor Matulaitis from Aquinas. Matulaitis, the Central Michigan transfer, whose team dropped one to Hope tonight in their tournament game. But he likes to push it around a little bit as well. So this is where both teams got to really start being careful. Don't let the emotions get out of hand.
Yeah, definitely. Not only the teams, but also the referees, as you know, they're the main key, you know, to avoid any fisticuffs here. Don't want any players getting injured here, as the score is kind of getting away from LTU.
4-0 now. Aquinas on top. 3 power play goals. The difference so far for the Saints. Back going after the puck for Aquinas was Ryan Wolf. Bringing it up over the line, Gustafson. Gustafson tries to drop it now. He throws one towards the net, up over the top of the goal. 4-on-4 hockey now on the coincidental roughing minors. There's one right at the doorstep. And Lawrence Tech now comes up with possession of the puck. Halfway through second period of play, 4-0 Aquinas.
Yeah, you mentioned, Lou, that 3 of the goals were on the power play, and I mean, without the power play, it'll be 1-0 Aquinas. So I mean, I think the key now for LTU is just to stay out of the box, play 5-on-5. You know, there's no going back. You can't get any worse from here. All you could go is up. So I think if they stay out of the box and continue, you know, to push offensively, they may at least get 1 goal in here tonight.
Ryan Wolf now will backtrack it over to Connor Barta. Barta stick handles the puck, throws it down inside the Lawrence Tech zone over on the far corner. Aquinas makes some wholesale changes on the fly. One of the things, Dylan, that I like about Lawrence Tech, though, there's no give up. They're still flying around this ice. Their shoulders and their heads are not down. Here comes Aquinas quickly up over the line. Correa, He's bounced off the puck. Here comes Lawrence Tech now. Here comes Gentili. He's going to throw it down into the zone, see if they can set something up. Aquinas maybe sleeping a little bit on that play, but Lawrence Tech couldn't quite catch up to him. That was Alex Schluter trying to make a play on it. Nifty move by Truex to go down in the corner. He's bounced off the puck over in the corner right in front of us. Out on top, Nick Correa throws one towards the net. Bounces high up over the goal. It rolls all the way over to the blue line. And Truex now will get knocked down. And coming up with the puck up over the line. Here comes Lawrence Tech with a shot. Oh, and Ottenbacher had to gobble it up. As coming in on goal, Eddie Flood tried to get Lawrence Tech on the scoreboard.
Yeah, good play there. Good rush by the defenseman, Flood, as he coming from his own zone into the Aquinas zone. And also, Namovsky was hopping out of the penalty box there, so it was like kind of like a broken down 3-on-2. The shot there kind of muffled by the Aquinas netminder, but he rebounds it. Control was good.
Well, here comes Lawrence Tech now. They are going to get their first power play opportunity of the night. We're going to take our media timeout, as I didn't see the penalty at the end of that play, but when we come back, power play Lawrence Tech, 4-0 Aquinas here on the 2018 NAIA National Championships. After the media timeout, the first power play will be for Lawrence Tech. Will come up right now. Kyle Truex will go to the box for 2 minutes to feel shame, as they say on Slapshot. So here's Lawrence Tech's chance to get on the board.
Yeah, right away here, big power play opportunity for Lawrence Tech. As also the first time I've seen on the ice tonight, Dawson Ellingworth is out there for the penalty kill. Let's see what he can do here.
Oh, we're going to get a penalty call coming up on Lawrence Tech, I believe. And that might negate the power play right away, as it looks like it's going to be Thomas Snyder going to the box, or is that number? I'm sorry, Dylan.
Coincidentals again.
Okay, so we're going to get all right.
And it was Tom Snyder there, Lou.
Snyder, the 3 and the 7. You'd think I could see these numbers. I love the Honolulu blue and silver.
Yeah.
Love those colors. Detroit Lion fan. But we did get coincidental minors. Good call, Dylan. So it's going to stay 4-on-3 for another minute 54 as Aquinas go. I check that. Yeah, 5-on-4. I'm sorry. Oh wait, now we got a little discussion out here.
It's 5.
We've got the partition in our way. Here comes the 5th skater for Lawrence Tech. So 5-on-4 for a minute 54 with the power play. Coming back on the ice for Lawrence Tech, Connor Victory. Off the face-off, won by Lawrence Tech. They got it out on top. Up at the point, Hodges. Hodges over in the near corner, throws one towards the net. They chop away at it, and it's going to be deflected all the way down into the Lawrence Tech end to knock down about 15 seconds out the power play.
Yeah, big opportunity here for LTU. At least you try to get one here on the board, as the game is getting chippy, and they get their first power play opportunity of the game as Parker Hodges carries this puck in.
Hodges showing some speed. Good drop pass with a shot. Deflected right out in front. Oh, Lawrence Tech holds it in, though, at the blue line. Schluter has it over on the left side. Now here comes Aquinas, 3-on-1, short-handed. Ellingsworth comes up over the line. Throws one towards the net. Oh, and it deflected high off the glass and in behind the goal. Good try there for Aquinas.
Yeah, great try there. As you mentioned, Lou, it is a power play for LTU. Let's not forget that, but they gave up a 3-on-1 there. And right now, another 1-on-1 break.
Here comes Spencer Graham up over the line. He's knocked down. Good play by Lawrence Tech as they play the puck in behind the Blue Devil zone.
Yeah, great step up there by Matt Nurkinen, as he's a solid defenseman there, the only man back, and a great play.
Oh, I love Nurkinen's play on defense. He plays with no fear. They play down in the near corner as they dig away at it over in the corner. 30 seconds left in the power play. 6:58 to go in the second period of a 4-0 hockey game. They play it up on top, up on the point with it. Lawrence Tech's Nurkinen again tried to make a play on it. He gets the puck right back, throws it in towards the corner. They go a 2-on-1 as they chop away at it over there. They try to make a play on it in the zone. They play over on the left side. Now there's a shot. Rebound. It's going to be played back out to the blue line. Nurkinen calling for it. He's got it over on the left face-off circle. We're down now, both teams at full strength. Play comes onto the zone. Truex almost skated. Now he comes up over the line. One-on-one with a shot. Oh, and Austin Petty with a huge save.
Yeah, great save there by Petty as he bails out his team. They didn't see the man coming out of the box. He was tapping his stick, but right there, a great breakaway.
Here comes Levi rolling up towards the goal, and he's hauled down. And a good play by Lawrence Tech again on defense. That's going to be a delayed penalty call. So they're going to say he was hauled down. Illegal. There's a shot right into the bread basket. Oh, 5:56 to go in this second period. 4-0 in favor of Aquinas.
Yeah, LTU getting into penalty trouble once again. I think something that Coach Gaffney has to preach on the bench is discipline. Because this team right now, they're down by 4, and going to the box isn't going to help, Lou.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Dylan Ellingsworth would have scored on that goal, on that breakaway, he talked to us after the first game. He said, I'm not a scorer, I'm just a muscle. I said, you score, I'll get the haircut shaved, just like you. Had me worried there for a moment. He threw that one high up over the top of the glass, as now we're going to get just a little bit of a break now. Aquinas kind of regrouping there. 5:56 to go. Another big penalty kill coming up for Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, this is a big one, and just like Drake Gentili did before, blocking shots, LTU really has to, sacrifice the body here and play for one another. It's down 4-0. You don't want to make it 5-0 going into the third period.
Austin Kush will take the face-off as he'll go up against Ryan McNulty for Aquinas, for Lawrence Tech. Correa holds it in at the blue line with a shot. Oh, they kick away at it. Austin Kush was trying to put in the scraps, but he couldn't. Face-off will stay to the left of Austin Petty.
Yeah, once again, Aquinas working on the power play. I mean, it's a well-oiled machine. That first unit is really good at moving the puck. They've been with each other for a while. As you see, they get the puck to the point and get the puck right to the net after that.
Correa cross-ice pass to Curran, and they score! Tic-tac-toe! And another power play goal for Aquinas. And now it's 5-0 in favor of the Saints.
Yep, and once again, penalty trouble leads to LTU's downfall, as that is the 5th goal that Austin Petty has given up tonight, the 4th on the power play, as Lawrence Tech's penalty kill right now just having a lot of trouble. They're not reading off each other, they're not communicating well, they're having missed assignments, and no shot blocking, as that puck goes right through, and it tickles the twine to make it 5-0 with 5:41 remaining here in the second period as Aquinas dumps it back in.
Trent Kolchek will get credit for that power play goal. 4 for 4 tonight on the power play. And, 4 power play goals, when you get a percentage like that, you're not going to lose too many games.
Yeah, special teams is really key at this point in the season. As LTU's coming on the 3-on-1, they throw it in front, and that's cleared away by Aquinas.
Back now in the neutral zone area. Here comes Aquinas, 2-on-3 the other way. Lead pass a little too strong, and we're going to get a penalty call on Matalitis. And I'll tell you, I think Aquinas may have got away with one that time.
Yeah, definitely another penalty for LTU. And I mean, it's not all on LTU. Give Aquinas credit. I mean, they're really moving their feet, and I mean, they're drawing these penalties. I don't think any of them, have been embellishments or anything like that. That one may have been nitpicky, but once again, I mean, it gives Aquinas a chance to, keep on, practicing their power play here.
5th power play coming up for Aquinas. They've already got a 4 for 4 rather. 5:06 left to go in the period, and now the puck, good play by Lawrence Tech to throw it all the way down into the Aquinas end. 4:55 to go in the second period. 5-0 Aquinas on the strength of 4 power play goals. Hooking was the call. Here's a shorthanded opportunity, but now their pocket is picked as Truex gets it. He's looking for Rebellis at first. Now he's going to be bounced off the puck. Good play on the defensive end by Lawrence Tech, and they're going to clear the zone. It's going to roll all the way down into the Aquinas end.
Yeah, great penalty kill there finally by LTU. They seem to have figured out what Aquinas wants to do, setting up on that half boards, and they're really playing more aggressive than passive there on that penalty kill.
4:20 to go here in the second period, 1:10 in the power play. Here comes Curran with a shot, and it's deflected wide. Good save by Petty. Held in by Correa at the point. Correa cross ice pass to Curran. Curran throws it over on the left side. Truex with a shot, deflected off the side of the goal. It rolls over into the corner, and over in the near corner that is, as Curran's looking for it on top instead of Correa. Right in the middle with a shot. Oh, and it's going to be held on to right at the last minute, as it looked like Dominic Fusco tried to make a play on it, and it looks like we're going to get another penalty call coming up on Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, frustration really showing from Lawrence Tech. I mean, this isn't good to see, Lou. And I mean, with 5-0 now, they're really just looking to get in bumps and bruises for Aquinas when they get to the championship. Try to maybe take one of their guys out. I don't know. You know, it's not sportsmanlike, but right there, just a bad cross-check penalty once again by Connor Victory.
Here we go now, a 5-on-3 for 43 seconds for Aquinas. Rowan plays it over in the corner now. They play it out back on top to Rowan. Rowan will take it over to Gustafson. Gustafson over on the far corner. Watasic with a shot, and Petty with the save. And now, Dylan, if you're Aquinas, you got a championship game to play tomorrow. Not that this game's over, but you've got to be smart out there. You can't lose any players for tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely can't lose any players. And I mean, right now, Aquinas, they seem to be like a top-heavy team. Maybe start rolling all the lines, as I haven't seen much of line 3 or 4 here tonight.
There's a tic-tac-toe play off the goalpost. That time by Kush, it looked like, and now it's going to be played out at the blue line now. It hops out into center ice. Let's see if Lawrence Tech can do something with it. Instead, Aquinas will set it back up over the line. 7 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Good check that time made by Austin Fulmer in behind the Aquinas. There's a one-timer. Good defensive play again. They chop away at it. Austin Petty does the smart thing and hangs on.
Yep, Austin Petty hangs on, and then there's the first, I guess, penalty kill of the night for LTU as they get one man back, as now there is 1:10 remaining on that second penalty by Victory with 3:02 remaining here in the second period.
5-0 Aquinas face off to the right of Austin Petty, won by Lawrence Tech. They still chop away at it though, over in the far corner. Up at the point, Aquinas has it. They roll it over in the left face-off circle. Little give and go over in the corner. Kolchik has it. Kolchik back on top to Correa. He throws one towards the goal, but a good defensive play by Lawrence Tech as they dump it down. 48 seconds left in the power play.
Yeah, Lawrence Tech right there, like I mentioned before, kind of figuring out this Aquinas power play. But still 5-0 here. At least try to get one here before the end of the second period.
And they're going to roll it down the other way. Good play by Lawrence Tech to kill some more time off that power play. 2:20 to go here in this second period. 5-0 Aquinas as they look to set up one more rush maybe on that power play. They skate it down out of the zone. Austin Kush cross-ice pass to Curran. Curran throws it towards the corner. Going after it is Dominic Fusco. He rolls it around the boards. Courts now will go after it. And they're going to play it out into the neutral zone area. Zach Lloyd will throw it back down as Aquinas has to touch up onside, and that'll do it for the power play.
Yeah, LTU, good kill there. Maybe get a little bit of momentum here to go into the third with.
We're down to 1:42 left in the second period. 5-0 our score. Puck loose over in the corner. Going to be played over there now by Aquinas. They try to move to get the puck out of their zone. Good play deep though by Lawrence Tech. Blake Heyer tried to make a go at it. Now here comes Aquinas up over the line as Courts tried to make a play on it. They still dig away at it over in the near corner. Chopping away at it. Barta throws it towards the corner. Down to 1:15 left. And we get a whistle and a stoppage of play I think we may get a penalty call coming up here on Lawrence Tech again, as the delayed call, Ottenbacher went for the bench for the extra attacker, and Heyer will go to the penalty box. This will be the 8th power play of the night for Aquinas, 4 out of 7 so far tonight. 5-0 Aquinas now, as the face-off will be to the right of Austin Petty, as Kolchik will take the face-off, and he'll go up against Gabe Bentley. There's a shot deflected before it got over to the net. Down to 1:05 left. Barta has it, plays it over in the corner. Now this one's going to roll all the way down into the Aquinas end, as Ottenbacher will hold on to it as we're down to 55 seconds left in the second period. Puck played at the blue line now. They come out at center ice. They come up over the line with the feet, and Barta had an opportunity. Instead, it's played now out at the blue line. Here comes Lawrence Tech now. 38 seconds left here in this second period. Puck will go all the way down into the Aquinas goal area, as the Saints now will regroup for maybe one more rush on the power play here before the end of the period. They dig away at it right at center ice. They play it now into the Aquinas zone, as they dig away at it now with 15 seconds left, and they play it back into the Lawrence Tech end. They're going to clear it out now, and Aquinas will play it offsides. 8.6 seconds left to go here in this second period. 5-0 Aquinas. The story of this game, 4 power play goals in the first 4 opportunities for Aquinas, as they led after 1 period 2-0, and 3 second period goals has blown this game open. Down to 5 seconds left. They throw it where it's kicked aside by Ottenbacher, and that'll about do it. 40 minutes in the books here in the semifinal number 2 in the NAIA National Championship semifinal. Our score is Aquinas 5 and Lawrence Tech 0. Second period goals, all on the power play. Mike Curran at 38 seconds, Calvin Watasik at 9:22, and Trent Kolchik at 14:19. We're going to take a quick break, as we'll wait to hear from Dylan Morello with the head coach of Lawrence Tech, Ken Gaffney. So again, through 40 minutes, our score, Aquinas 5 and Lawrence Tech 0. 40 minutes in the books, as we mentioned here in our second intermission. Aquinas now opens up a 5-0 lead over Lawrence Tech. And Dylan, tough goal for Lawrence Tech in that second period. 3 power play goals. You know, it's just they've got to regroup somehow, Lawrence Tech does.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have to regroup, and I think it starts with discipline. All these penalties are really costing them. As we mentioned before, Lou, without the power play goals, 1-0 from Aquinas. So, I mean, they knew coming into the game that Aquinas had a great power play. I just didn't think, you know, the discipline wouldn't be there, but it's not. As I mentioned, as I talked with Dan B. And so, Coach, 2 periods of play, take us through your thoughts.
Aquinas is a quality team, and we went in knowing that we can't take penalties, and unfortunately, we're taking penalties.
Yeah, you guys have given up 4 penalty goals, only 1 even strength. What have you told your team on the bench, you know, about discipline?
Well, we told them that Aquinas has a great power play. We need to play Aquinas 5-on-5. This undisciplined stuff, that hasn't been us all year, and unfortunately, it's coming out right now.
Yeah, what are you guys going to tell your players going into the locker room heading into this third?
Hockey is a 60-minute game. We got 1 period left. The season's on the line. They know what's important.
All right, thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So there you go again, 5-0 Dylan after 40 minutes of play. We're going to take a break. We'll come back in about 8 minutes as we'll get the third period underway, and we'll see if Lawrence Tech can claw their way back as they trail Aquinas 5-0 here on the NAIA National Championship Tournament. All right, we got 40 minutes in the books, just about ready to go for this third period here. 5-0 lead for Aquinas as they look to clinch their second spot rather in the championship game for tomorrow. We're going to be joined by Mark Van Vliet again for the third period. And fellas, the power play has definitely been the difference here tonight for Aquinas, as 4 out of 7, including the first 4 power plays, a huge difference, obviously.
Yeah, you mentioned 4 out of 7, Lou, but also on the scoreboard, 4 out of 5. And that's a crazy percentage. I mean, without the power play, it would be a 1-goal game. But LTU just really, I mean, you don't expect to not be disciplined against this team. You know, Aquinas has a great power play, and they literally led them on the ice 7 times.
Well, you know, Mark, I don't know how often you've been on the end of the game when you're down 5 going into a third period. What do you tell the kids when it's a 5-goal deficit in an atmosphere like this?
Well, I think, Lou, the important thing here, they don't want to turn a negative into a positive. So the focus here is just winning this 20 minutes. Forget about the 5 goals that Aquinas has. I'm sure Ken is saying, hey, let's win this 20. Let's respect the game. Let's respect our program and respect our opponent. But let's go out there and try to win 20 minutes, and we can feel a little good about ourselves heading into the off-season.
Yeah, you're talking about respecting the opponent, as it has been getting chippy in that second period, and a lot of coincidentals, but also the live penalties and almost a little fisticuffs there towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, again, you know, I think the referee saw that they had to control the game a little bit more so they didn't get out of hand, and I think they started to crack down on it. You'll probably see more of that here in the third.
All right, the play is underway now. 30 seconds left in the Aquinas power play as they'll get the play out to center ice. As we're going to throw it back down into the Aquinas end as Lawrence Tech does a good job in the back check as they're going to get it out of the zone. Here comes Aquinas. Maybe one last rush on the power play. Brian Wolf will take the play down in the near corner along with Connor Matulaitis and then Levi Rowan. There's
on the other side of the bench here with Coach Pomota and the Saints, I know that what he's concerned about this period is protecting the 0 on the board rather than trying to add to the total here. So be safe, be smart, be defensive-minded, pick up your man in the defensive zone, and let's protect the 0.
Puck back out at center ice now is Ryan Wolf. He'll get the play down deep in the Lawrence Tech zone. Petty for a moment waiting for one of his defenders. It got deflected off the goal post, and now it's going to be played out to center ice. Nice check right in front of us, right at center ice. And Lawrence Tech makes a play, and then we're going to get a stoppage of play. And I think we might get a penalty a slash coming up on Aquinas.
Yep, slash on Dylan Domovsky, and I mean, if Aquinas' power play could get that many goals, I think LTU's can as well. They got great offensive weapons. As we've seen, I mean, Lou, yesterday they put up a 6 mark. So you know that they could score. Let's see what they could do here on this power play.
Will Courts will go to the box. I'm sure he didn't do it on purpose, but unfortunately that doesn't matter as he got the slash, took the stick out of his hand, and that'll give Lawrence Tech their second power play of the night. Puck now loose inside the Lawrence Tech zone as they look to start this power play rush. They played out to center ice, going after the puck, coming up over the line. Schluter, but his pocket was picked good. Back check right at the blue line by Aquinas, and again, they dump it out of the zone. It'll roll back in the Lawrence Tech end. Yeah, good gap control there by the Aquinas defenseman, really not letting LTU get into the zone and start setting up the power play. Nurkinen will throw it in behind the Aquinas goal as we're down to 18:10 left here in this third period. 1:15 left in the power play. They're going to throw it in behind the goal now. Very little give and going back now. It's going to be deflected all the way down into the Lawrence Tech end. Austin Petty with a quick up there. Really active goaltender, but it'll be an icing as they missed all the Blue Devils, and it'll come back to the left. As it seems that Austin Petty's stick on that pass may have broke as he gets a new one, hopefully to change some of the luck there for LTU. Kind of a coach's nightmare, I'll bet, when you're on the power play and you have to ice the puck as the play will come back down into the Lawrence Tech zone. Aquinas wins the face-off with a shot from the blue line taken by Zach Lloyd. They play it out to the point. and it comes up to Spencer Graham. He plays it in the back end, and he's going to just lift it out to center ice, and it'll roll all the way down into the Lawrence Tech end.
Yeah, LTU right there, as you mentioned, Lou, having the ice on a power play. They just look a little bit timid here, as if Aquinas has really, just put a damper on their confidence.
Puck loose at the blue line as Spencer Graham tried to make a play on it. It's good to see Spencer getting some time. He missed a little bit of time earlier in the year with an injury. They play it now into the far or the near corner. Levi Rowan will go after the puck along with Zach Lloyd. But Lawrence Tech still on the power play. They've got the pressure deep at the end. Thomas Snyder trying to make a play on it. Oh, almost a centering opportunity. A little too strong though. And we get a whistle and a stoppage of play in the near corner. 16:57 to go, regulation time. 5-0 Aquinas.
Yeah, the net off the mooring there caused that whistle, Lou. And the faceoff will still be in the Aquinas end with 5 seconds left on this LTU power play.
Lou, while we have a pause in the action here, I'm getting a lot of texts from our viewers back home in Michigan that didn't make the trip. Also want to give a shout out to my daughter listening in Florida. I know the Malcolms are also listening in Russia. So we got Aquinas Saints fans all over the world that are listening into the broadcast tonight. Want to make sure that we give them a shout.
Oh, absolutely. They've been listening all year, and it's great to hear from them. I know, like I mentioned at the top, at the first broadcast, we have some people in from Quebec that made the trip, and I know we get a lot of listeners from Ontario as well as Alaska. There's one thrown all the way down on the other end, and as I was telling Dylan in the second period, Mark, when Dawson Ellingsworth almost got his goal, we talked before the game, him and I, and he said, "I'm not the scorer, I'm the muscle." I said, "If you get a goal, I'll get the haircut just like you." And he had me scared there for a minute as it went up over the top of the goal.
The great thing about Dawson, he's such a character guy. He keeps everybody loose in the locker room, never takes himself too seriously, and so the guys have a lot of fun with him, and he has a lot of fun with the rest of the team.
Off the face-off, the puck rolls around to the near corner in the Aquinas end. Penalty is over, 16:33 to go in this final period, 5-0. Lawrence Tech now will try to make a play on it at center ice, as now Gustafson throws one right at Petty. He's able to get that one easily, and he's going to set up the next rush for the Blue Devils. They've got it at center ice. Oh, there's a potential giveaway. Kush comes up with it, plays it up over the zone. He's going to throw it towards the goal, and it's going to go in on the right far face-off circle. Now they throw it around to the near corner. 4 minutes gone here in this third period. 5-0 Aquinas. Puck loose in the neutral zone area again, and Lawrence Tech will throw it down to get a line change.
Yeah, not a really good play there by LTU, as they're kind of forcing the puck now, trying to put the puck across ice, and there's 4 bodies right there in the middle.
Puck held in at the blue line though by Lawrence Tech, trying a centering play, a little give and go. What a good play on defense that time, both by Truax and also by Gustafson. And there's a shot that Ottenbacher will make the save and hang on. 15.5 to go in this third period, 5-0.
Yeah, Aquinas getting a little sloppy there. You can see the pride that LTU has in their program and wanting to win this period. So Aquinas certainly wants to go into tomorrow night's game with some positive momentum, and they don't want to let this one get sloppy.
Yeah, as you mentioned right there, the pride, a couple of these LTU players are seniors, so pretty much the last game of their LTU career, they want to make it count.
Puck at center ice, they're going to dump it back down in the Aquinas end. Making that play was Shane Gamrat. Really love to watch Shane over the years play, along with Gentili, 2 big weapons for Lawrence Tech, along with Austin Petty, of course. They chop away at it at the blue line. Coming up with it as Gentili brings it up over the zone. Little give and go with a pass right across the goal crease area. But it's going to be played now. Held in at the blue line with a shot. Deflected wide of the goal. 5 minutes gone now in this third period. 5-0 Aquinas.
Yeah, right there, LTU getting a couple of good chances. Aquinas being sloppy in their zone, just throwing it up the board.
A couple of big hits in behind the Aquinas goal. You guys both mentioned pride being there. There's no quit in either one of these teams. It's good to see as they chop away at it over in the corner. Finally, we get a stoppage of play. 14.5 left in this third period. 5-0 Saints.
Yeah, as you mentioned, no quit from these teams. And right now, as we are near the bench, fans, you can probably hear it, but a lot of banter going on between these two benches. The ref's looking to control that, as, I mean, all the lines are rolling here now, so even as you mentioned, Lou, the guy that considers himself a grinder, maybe now is his time to shine.
Well, Mark and I were talking before the game, or during the first intermission. It's fun for me not to, this is a rare opportunity for me to be this close to the benches, to hear the banter back and forth, to hear the discussion, you know, of the coaches on the bench, you know, hear a little bit of strategy anyways, to get a bird's eye view, so it just adds to the game for me. Coming up over the line, Will Courts, a 3-on-3 the other way. His pass, good defensive play. Madelitis goes over though, as Lawrence Tech now will try to clear the zone. Here comes a rush, 3-on-3. Coming up over the line, Hodges, his pocket's picked. Now here comes Courts. Courts will try to make a play on it, but instead, Aquinas will make a wholesale line change.
And it'll be another delayed penalty, as once again, retaliation from LTU, and not needed penalty, as right there was just a nice clean hit by Aquinas, and Austin Fulmer, number 10 from LTU, will be escorted to the box here.
Well, he'll get 2 minutes to think about that one, as Aquinas will go on their 9th power play of the night. They are 4 out of 8 on the power play, as the face-off will stay down to the right of Austin Petty.
Yeah, you said the 9th power play. You times that by 2, Lou. That's 18 minutes. 18 minutes that LTU's been playing with 4 players on the ice. Pretty much a whole period being shorthanded. In this league, these teams are too prominent on the power play. You can't give them a whole period to be up 1 man.
Well, that's very true. That's a great point, Dylan. Just about in any game, I don't care where you're playing, if you're down a man for a whole period, you're just asking for trouble. Kolchik will take the face-off, and it's going to be won by Aquinas, as Correa threw one towards the net, and Austin Petty saw it all the way, and it'll be deflected out of play. It goes back to what you mentioned, Mark, in the first period, too, about being able to see the puck into the net. One of the things you want to do on the power play is create a little commotion in front of the goal.
Yeah, I think you saw that there in the second period, where Calvin Matasic, number 3, had that tip in right in front of the Lawrence Tech goalie, and he just had no chance at it. So yeah, that's what we want to do, and that's what Aquinas wants to do, is generate traffic in front of the net on the power play.
Curran now will take the shot from the blue line, but a good play by Lawrence Tech to defend it all the way down and to cut off some of that power play time. We're down under 13 and a half to go in this third period, a 5-0 lead for Aquinas. They're going to skate it out of the zone now, try to set up their power play. Quickly over on the right side with the puck. They bring it in behind the goal. It's going to be Austin Kush. Kush tries to set it up over on the near side. He's looking to go to Kolchik. Kolchik with it over again in the near side corner. Skates it around, back up to Curran. Curran, the big fella out of Alaska, will dump it down into the neutral, or no, the left face-off circle. Here comes Rowan with a shot. Deflected. And it finally goes into the glove of Austin Petty. 1 minute left in the power play. 12:57 left in regulation.
Yeah, great chance there by Aquinas, as you saw right away. A wide open slot. Literally, the defenseman walked right down into the slot. You saw the Aquinas bench, all the players jump up there, as once again, more chirps being thrown between these two teams, and no love lost between the two.
Off the face-off, they're going to chop away at it over on the right face-off circle. Aquinas comes up with it. They play it over on the side rather than a good play by Lawrence Tech to clear the zone. Now 45 seconds left in the power play. About 12:40 to go in regulation time. They're going to play it now over the left side. They dig away at it in behind the goal, and it's going to be played there by Aquinas. Now Rowan will just kind of direct traffic, eat up a few seconds as they play it now over to Truex. Truex now skates it over in the near corner. He's got Rebellis and Watasic on the power play along with Gustafson. Played over in the far corner, back out on top. Rebellis thought about it, instead gets it over to Rowan. Rowan shot deflected right to Watasic. Another good defensive play by Lawrence Tech. They clear it, but not out. Watasic again to Rebellis. There's another shot. Rebound off the goalpost. Oh, over in the corner now. Here comes Lawrence Tech. 2-on-2 the other way, up over the line. They try to come in on goal. Snyder. Oh, a centering play, but a little too strong. Both teams now at full strength. 11:45 to go. Regulation time again, 5-0 in favor of Aquinas.
Yeah, great shot there by Aquinas as it literally went bar and out as a great offensive opportunity there. LTU trying to turn the tide. A good transition there.
Puck now at center ice, a big hit right in front of the penalty box. Ryan Wolf taken down that time by Bentley as it's played over in the corner. They're just going to roll it around the zone now into the far near corner as Max Berry will go after it. He's got Gustafson in the back along with him.
Yeah, great play there by this fourth line of the Blue Devils, trying to get in offensively, laying the body and grinding down low.
Who Petty almost got handcuffed by the puck, and we've got a Blue Devil down in behind the goal.
Yeah, he actually got hit by the stick of the Lawrence Tech goalie, so in the transition there.
Austin Petty inadvertently got him tripped down, so boy, when it rains it pours. Down 5-0. Last thing you need is to get in a collision with your own teammate.
Yeah, 5-0 here with 10:51 remaining in the third. You know, it's getting down to the waning minutes, but you know, you just love the attitude that LTU has. Still no quit as they're still trying to get offensive chances here.
Clearing the puck down into the zone that time was Roman Rainier, and we get a whistle and a stoppage as Ottenbacher will cover up the puck as we'll get a couple of words exchanged, and we'll get a face-off, I believe, down in the Aquinas end.
Yeah, right there, Roman Reiner almost got hit into the Aquinas bench, and I think a few words, and maybe his stick came up into one of the face masks of Aquinas player.
10:41 to go here in this third period. 5-0 Aquinas, 4 power play goals. Definitely the difference in this one here in the second period to give them a 5-0 lead. Fusco, go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, no, here's where Aquinas wants to be real smart here. We want to, obviously Jordan wants everybody to be playing tomorrow, and Aquinas is going to have to dig deep here and really sort of become self-disciplined here so that nobody does something stupid and so that everybody can play tomorrow.
Puck right in front of us, up against the boards here at center ice. Coming up with it is Lloyd. Lloyd now has it up over the line. He's going to throw it towards the goal. Deflected in over on the far corner. And now Aquinas, good play to hold it in by Watasik. And again, it's held in by Rowan. Rowan throws it in behind the goal. It's up against the goal. And there's a centering play, and they score! And it's going to be another goal for Aquinas. And it looks like Spencer Graham will get in on the hit parade. Time of the goal, 10:06.
Yeah, once again, a turnover leads to the goal as LTU literally, mere centimeters from crossing the blue line, getting the puck out of their zone. They don't get it out of the zone. The puck gets rimmed in. A kind of broken play as the puck literally went on the back of the net, and Petty was looking around. Aquinas digged it off the back of the net, threw it right in front, and an easy tap in there. Great play though by Aquinas as right in front. Usually the players just push it right into the pad. He raised it over the pad and tickled the twine.
6-0 now our score as we get our media timeout. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching the NAIA National Tournament semifinal here on the DM Sports Network. Face-off at center ice after the goal by Spencer Graham to make it 6-0 in favor of Aquinas. As Rebelis will take it now up over the line. He comes in on goal with a shot. Kicked away by Petty. Rebound comes up to Lawrence Tech now with 9:40 to go here in this third period. They play it at center ice. Rebelis will be hounded off the puck by Thomas Snyder, but it's going to roll down in the Lawrence Tech end.
Yeah, you mentioned the goal, and that was actually a save by Zachary Mills as during that intermission timeout, goalie changed by Ken Gaffney.
So Mills now will get some playing time for Lawrence Tech with the 6-0 lead. See if he can get a little bit of work in as the waning moments of this third period is 6-0 lead. As Mark mentioned a little while ago, you want to keep it clean. You want everybody to play tomorrow. And for Lawrence Tech, let's see what they can do here in the last 9 minutes.
You know, you mentioned the goalie change. I think if Tech were to score, Coach Momota would do the same thing and give Roman Melkoff a chance to get some minutes too. And so Nick would be fresh for tomorrow. So you might see something like that if from Aquinas too, if indeed Lawrence Tech does score.
Puck now down in the far corner, or the near corner rather, in the Lawrence Tech end. They chop away at it, held in at the blue line by Barta. Cross ice over to Gustafson with a shot. Whoa, that one, the rebound trickled over in the near corner. They still chop away at it over there, and now the puck's gonna roll all the way down into the Aquinas end. Icing will be the call. 8:43 to go here in regulation time. 6-0 Aquinas.
Yep, as we mentioned, the goalie change, Zachary Mills. You know, he also could be a starter if you look at his stats. You know, both goalies for LTU really strong. You know, Mills is always prepared, as you saw him on the bench. You know, both goalies support each other. That's how the goalie, you know, they're a different breed. That's how they work. And I'm sure, you know, he wants to play good in front of his team, even though it's 6-0.
Off the scrum, off the face-off, here comes Lawrence Tech. Rush for Parker Hodges. He's knocked down at the blue line as we get another collision just inside the Aquinas zone. Now the other way, coming up with the puck. There's a shot. Courts throws one, and he scores! Will Courts makes it 7-0 in favor of Aquinas. Time of the goal, 11 minutes and 39 seconds.
Yeah, right there. You know, Aquinas, you know, they're just a solid team, and right there, a great transition play. As you saw, Parker Hodges coming into the zone, he loses the puck at the blue line. Great step by the defense. The Aquinas transition up, and they literally a nice little drop pass there. And I mean, no screen, nothing. That one just goes barring down.
7-0 now. The score for Aquinas. Time of the goal for Courts again at 11:39. Off the face-off, they're going to dig away at it again at center ice, and Mike Curran will go after it over in the far corner. Oh, and he gets the lumber laid on him after the whistle, or I mean after the play that time by Connor Victory, as Curran's a little slow to get up, as he's going to skate off and over towards the goal, as I think maybe he got the wind knocked out of him a little bit. Lawrence Tech now has it. They play it towards the goal, kicked away by Ottenbacher. They play it out at the point. There's a shot taken, whistling wide of the Aquinas goal. 7:40 to go, regulation time, 7-0 our score. Kaiser has it. He'll try to center it, and instead they go back to the blue line, or back in the zone, as they'll regroup with 7.5 to go here in this third period.
Yeah, the hitting really picking up there. And you saw Connor Victory once again getting into the mix, and also LTU getting a lot of scoring chances on that last shift.
It's cleared down into the Aquinas zone real quick. Now they're going to play it out at center ice. With it is Rebellis. He'll throw it towards the goal. They'll kick it over into the far corner as they skate it in behind the Lawrence Tech goal. We're down to 7 minutes left in this third period. 7-0 Aquinas as they skate it over in the far corner. And now it's actually in behind the goal, as Lawrence Tech now will try to navigate to get a rush. Instead, they throw it out to center ice. Aquinas had to get onside, so Lawrence Tech will get the possession of the puck.
Yeah, you saw Aquinas there really playing tough, stymieing defense, playing that 1-2-2 as they're really just clogging up the neutral zone here. As it's 7-0, they don't need any more goals.
Puck go in the near corner in the Aquinas end, tip now towards the goal. Ellingsworth trying to show his speed in behind the goal. It's now in the near corner in behind the Lawrence Tech goal. They chop away at it, centering play, nobody home on top. Lloyd now just going to throw it over in the corner as Truex will go after it along with Ellingsworth, and now it's going to be played back out at center ice as Levi Rowan will make the play. He centers it around, outlets it rather, over to Ellingsworth, and I think Truex was just a little anxious, and he'll be called offside.
Yeah, right there. Once again, another turnover by LTU leads to an on-man rush, and Austin Fulmer there trying to get a little bit mix in. The whistle blew. He got a late shoulder there. LTU doesn't want to take any more pennies there, Lou.
you see the teams kind of talking with each other too, Mark, with 6 minutes left to go in this period. I think they're trying to get the cooler heads to prevail, I hope anyways, down there with this kind of a lead.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Austin Kuch, our captain, is talking to the officials about, worrying about the game getting out of control here. Obviously, as a mouthpiece for Jordan Pomoda, asking the official to call it tight. One team has to play tomorrow, one team's going home tonight, and we want to make sure everybody stays safe.
Under 6 to go now in this third period, a 7-0 lead for Aquinas as Lawrence Tech will get it out of the zone. They played out to center ice. Wheeling it up over the line was Thomas Schneider as he falls as he gets over the blue line, as kind of tripped on his own fruition that time, as Ryan Wolf will take the puck in behind the goal as he'll lead the charge now as they dump it out to center ice. And it looks like we'll get a couple of changes as Madelitis will come on. Puck now, we're going to get an icing call coming up, it looks like, on Lawrence Tech. So 5:27 to go, regulation time, 7-0 Aquinas.
Yep, still 7-0, and as we mentioned before, you know, LTU is a proud group. You know, Ken Gaffney, everybody speaks highly of him. You all know him, and you know, this team has that never give up attitude. Still a lot of time, at least to, you know, spoil the shutout bid by Aquinas here.
Off the face-off at the point, Barta throws it towards the corner. Well, centering play deflected. Barta able to hold it in. Good play to hold it in. Kaiser goes over in the corner, and he's going to play it over in the far corner again. And now Lawrence Tech will come up with it at center ice. They try to make a play on it, and again Snyder slips over as he gets over the blue line. Now we get some pushing and shoving over in the near corner as we're going to get 5 minutes left in this third period, a 7-0 lead for Aquinas.
Yeah, right there, a little bit more fisticuffs from both of these teams, as I mean, it's going to get chippy. I mean, you can't deny that, and there's 5 minutes right now for more players to either be kicked out of the game or sent to the box by these referees.
Well, you know, Dylan, it's just, you know, these kids are competitors. You know, the juices are going to flow. Pride's starting to set in. Yes, you want to play for pride, but it's normal. When I played in sports when I was younger, when you get beat, when you're getting beat, this is like getting beat 40-0 in football or whatnot, or 30-0. After a while, you're going to get a little upset, and you might retaliate. What you want to do is you want to guard your ground. You know, you don't want to be embarrassed, and you know, you just got to let it play, and just, you know, try to play it smart.
Yeah, definitely try to play it smart. I mean, no one wants to get hurt in these situations. But like you said, Lou, it's all about pride. And both of these teams are respected. All these players, you know, they know their role, they know their place, they know what they have to do to win in this league. And I mean, right now, you know, they're all boys out there just trying to, you know, mark their territory, if you will.
And you just saw one of the referees just talking to the Aquinas bench there. He says, watch those elbows, watch those elbows. So they're looking for it. They're gonna take control, I think, which is a good thing. There's a backhand try right on in front with a wide open net. Unfortunately for Lawrence Tech, they couldn't come up with that rule to rule the shutout for Ottenbach. Puck now out at center ice. Correa will just tip it down into the Lawrence Tech zone. 4.5 to go in this third period. 7-0 Aquinas on top. Puck held in at the blue line by Max Berry, and we'll get a stoppage of play. 4:26 to go, regulation time, 7-0 Aquinas.
Yep, and it looks like on the board it says 4-on-4 right now. And in the beginning of the game, the 4-on-4 was really, you know, lethal for LTU. Let's see if they could try to, you know, generate some offense off of that as they get a big D-zone draw win.
Off the face-off, Lawrence Tech now will bring it up into the neutral zone area. They skated up over the line with the puck was Jason Tyre. We haven't really called his name a whole lot tonight. Getting some playing time now with just about 4 minutes left. Kolchik now will bring it up 3-on-2 the other way. Slides it over to Lloyd with a shot. That's kicked away over there by Mills. They play it over in the near corner. They chop away at it over by the face-off circle now, as coming up with it is Lawrence Tech. They're going to skate it out of the zone, out to center ice. Coming up quickly over the line with it for Lawrence Tech was Schluter. He threw it over in the corner. Aquinas comes up with it now by that far face-off circle. Lawrence Tech again showing a little zip, but unfortunately the puck now scoots out to center ice, and Lawrence Tech had to come onside.
Yeah, Lawrence Tech trying to still generate some offense and never give up attitude, as that turnover right there on Blake Heyer's stick.
Puck loose right in front of the goal. It's then Ottenbacher kicked it away at the last minute. I think he went to grab it and it got deflected. There's one right into the bread basket.
Yeah, strong push. LTU showing a lot of late pride here. Just like you had mentioned with the taking advantage of the 4-on-4.
Yeah, 4-on-4 really goes into how LTU wants to play with their speed game. They got a lot of speedy guys, and right there, Roman Reiner, nice screen in front. Couldn't get a tip on there, and right in the bread basket, as you said.
Off the point with a shot, that's kicked away by Ottenbacher at the last minute. Throwing that one in towards the goal was Denome. Now it's going to be played back in the Lawrence Tech zone. 3 minutes left here in this third period. 7-0 hockey game. Aquinas on top. They'll move on tomorrow to take on Indiana Tech at 5 o'clock as we're down in the waning moments of this one.
Yeah, good shot there by Denemy, as LTU players call him the Denabomb, as that was a great clapper but a great kick save.
Yeah, at this point, Lou, the only thing that Aquinas is concerned about is the zero and protecting the shutout for Nick Ottenbacher. So they're just going to go into a bit of a defensive shell here, and for the next 2.5 minutes to protect that goose egg.
As now Gustafson will have the puck in behind the goal. He's just going to direct traffic, and he's going to wait for a little bit of pressure. Now here they come out of it as he hands the puck off now to Barry. Barry will rattle it off the boards over to Gustafson, plays it now to Rebellis. Rebellis has Spencer Graham and Watasak coming in towards the goal, and he plays it in a pass over to Pardo with a shot. That's deflects high up off the glass. They roll it around the zone. Now Lawrence Tech will play it out to center ice. Here comes an on-rush, but a good play. Instead, here comes Lawrence Tech with a shot, and Gentili plays it. It's deflected off of Ottenbacher over in the corner. 1:45 left to go in this third period. 7-0 now, Aquinas on top. Fresh legs coming in for Aquinas now, as Mark mentioned, trying to preserve the shutout. Puck out at center ice. Courts tried to make a play on it. Instead, they roll it in the corner, and it's going to go inside the Aquinas goal. Going after it was McCloskey for Lawrence Tech, and instead Snyder has it over on the left face-off circle. He throws it in behind the net. Gentili going after it. They try to get possession of it, and now good play by Fusco, but it's held in by Lawrence Tech. 1:10 to go here in this third period. 7-0 still our score. Ellingsworth will go after around the corner along with Schluter for Lawrence Tech. They play it over in the far corner with a minute left in the period. And now there's a puck, a centering play, and Ottenbacher will cover it up as we've got 57 seconds left in the game. 7-0 Aquinas.
Yeah, a bunch of pressure there by LTU. That's exactly what Coach Gaffney and Coach Bean want to see from their squad, that never give up attitude. And right now, the last 56.7 seconds of some of these guys' collegiate careers.
All right, 55 seconds left in the third period now as Aquinas looking to wrap things up. 7-0 our score. Puck played out at center ice, as now it's going to be deflected back in the Lawrence Tech zone, as now the Blue Devils look to try to make a couple of more rushes to get towards the goal. They're going to throw it in behind that Aquinas goal now as it rolls over into the near corner. Kolchak will go after it. Plays a little give and go over now in the far corner. They're going to play it out to center ice, and it's going to be played right there at the blue line. Madelitis will dump it into the Lawrence Tech zone with 15 seconds left in the period, as now Aquinas will move on to the championship game in the inaugural 2018 NAIA tournament, and they'll play the championship game tomorrow against Indiana Tech, and that's going to do it. As the final seconds tick off the clock, 7-0, our final score, Aquinas over Lawrence Tech. Mark, what can you say? It was a great all-around performance tonight for Aquinas.
Yeah, Aquinas hitting on all cylinders. Jordan and Coach Taylor and Coach Mumford have our guys, have the guys hitting at a high level right now, playing absolutely at their peak. You know, for Lawrence Tech, really no shame in losing to a great team like Aquinas here. But and you can see this team shake hands here on the ice, and you know, for as chippy and for as chirpy as it got here during the game, you know, both teams are mature enough and have enough respect for each other that they're just going to leave it on the ice. The game is over. We all go back to the same hotel, and we pick up our friendship. So that's just indicative of not only just these two teams, but the league itself that we've talked about so often, the respect that we have for each other.
Well, Mark, I appreciate you taking time again in this third period to join us here up at the booth. Hope to maybe see you here tomorrow for the championship game. Third period goals for Spencer Graham at 10:06 and for Will Courts at 11:39 to round out the scoring, as you mentioned. 7-0 our final score, as Dylan Morello will be down on the ice to try to get a couple of words from Nick Ottenbacher, the winning goaltender tonight for Aquinas, and then we'll wrap things up. So until then, we're just going to take a quick break and to catch our breath, and then we will come back as Aquinas now will salute their fans who have made the trip down here to Columbus in this semifinal victory. 7-0 our score. We'll be right back. Well, as we wrap things up here tonight in the second semifinal game, again, our final score tonight from Chiller Dublin, Aquinas with a convincing 7-0 victory over Lawrence Tech. The scoring started in the first period at 4:42. Austin Kush, he got an even strength goal to make it 1-0, and then Kyle Truex, the first of 4 power play goals at 13:34, gave Aquinas a 2-0 lead. Then a penalty that rolled over into the second period. Mike Curran got the power play goal to make it 3-0 in favor of Aquinas. And then at 9:22, Calvin Watasik, the senior, made it 4-0 for Aquinas. And then after a retaliatory penalty, Trent Kulchik made him pay on the power play at 14:19 to make it 5-0. And then in the third period, Spencer Graham came down the right side for a 6-0, or a goal to make it 6-0. And then Will Courts capped off the scoring at 11:39 to make it 7-0 our score. Now we, as I mentioned, Dylan had a chance to talk with the game-winning goalie who got the shutout tonight, that being Nick Ottenbacher. Let's see what Nick had to say. Well, we'll see. Let's see if we can try that again. Boy, I've had fat fingers here tonight. Let's try it one more time.
Nick Ottenbacher. So, Nick, take us through your team's play today.
I don't know. The guys played great today, and they just kept on putting pucks in the back of the net, getting to the grill. I mean, it's what you need in games like this. It's awesome.
Yep, you got a shutout here. Take us through your own play, what you're seeing out there on the ice by your defense and your own saves personally.
I mean, when you get 10 shots a game, it's not too bad. So the hardest thing is just staying warm. Honestly, it's just not getting cold.
Yep. Yeah. So you guys have a big game tomorrow against iTech. Take us through what you know about their team and what you need to do, subtle changes to improve to get that championship win.
Just gotta play hard. Just gotta look for every puck and take every shot as one. Don't look forward to anything. Just take every shot as it is and make saves. I don't know.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good one. You too.
All right, Dylan Morello with Nick Ottenbacher, the game-winning goalie with the shutout. Well, Dylan, 7-0 win. What can you say? Just an overall, it was a good performance for Aquinas. we mentioned it twice, or more than twice, but the power play was the killer. It really got the momentum going for Aquinas, and something that Lawrence Tech just couldn't overcome.
Yeah, the power play really was the killer. And for I-Tech, I mean, at least now they know not to put this lethal Aquinas power play on the ice, because it's going to come back to bite you in the bum. And it really did for LTU, as, I mean, the score was 7-0, and pretty much, you know, as a score before, not the tail of the tape, this one really was pretty demanding win by Aquinas, and, you know, it's going to give them a lot of momentum going into tomorrow's matchup at 5 o'clock.
Well, we're going to look forward to a big matchup. These two teams have played probably the closest you can play throughout the year. Aquinas won one. They split on each other's barn in the fall, including a shootout win for Aquinas down at I-Tech, and then they split again in the wintertime, and then they played in the WAC semifinals, the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference semifinals, just about 3 weeks ago, I believe, and Aquinas won 2-1. All those games were close. This I think is gonna be one heck of a game tomorrow night, and I can't wait to do it with you, Dylan. It's gonna be a great game tomorrow. One more game to go in the national tournament. That's gonna be tomorrow night, the championship game, the first one for the NAIA, the 2018 National Championship game. 5 o'clock, should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely gonna be a lot of fun. I look forward to it.
All right, for Dylan Morello, this is Lou Gamlin saying one more time, keep your heads up, keep your sticks down, and as always, keep your minds open. Thank you for joining us here tonight from the Chiller Dublin on the NAIA 2018 National Championship Network.